got a very unique situation here. Well, I don't know about very unique, but something I've never really noticed before. This is the daily chart of Bitcoin. I'm just showing that for reference to show you where we're at. We're at the top of that bull structure, the top of that green structure. Go down to the hourly. It's showing you this for reference. Where we're at here. We're up here at the very top. Okay, I'm going to talk about the 5-minute chart here. Let's go down into the quantum world. And what we have here is, okay, the green line at the top is the macro structure that was tested earlier today. I tried to live stream. My phone was overheating. The video and audio wasn't the best, so it didn't turn out too well. But anyways, it did indeed end up dumping back down, and that was a rejection. And the interesting thing is now is we've got this. Let's go ahead and take this one out of here. Get rid of as much jumble as possible. Okay, we've got this red ascending bearish channel that formed at the top of the macro green bullish channel, right? When it broke out, it spawned. It came out here, went peeky poo out the very top for 10 minutes and came back down. On higher time frames, it's just a little nubby wick that came out the top, and not a breakout. And just recently today, while I was out working, I watched on my smartphone on Robinhood on a line chart that they use. I watched this triangle form. It's an ascending triangle, which is technically considered bullish, right? And it's inside this red ascending channel, which is technically considered bearish. And they're both sitting at the top inside, just under the descending green macro bullish channel. So it's an interesting situation, and it looks like we might have right here, as I make the video, a breakdown. I thought it might happen last time. What I think might have happened here is I think it broke down out of the triangle 10 minutes ago, and I think this came up for the retest maybe. It's a very interesting situation because the target for this triangle is 500. The target for the red ascending channel is 700 on the breakout. And of course, a breakout above the triangle at 500 would be up here outside of the macro channel, about $400 out above the macro channel. So that could indicate, that's why I said unique. I don't know how unique this situation is, but it's very, very interesting. The breakout to there would be, that could be the retail, that could be the macro breakout that goes to the all-time high, goes up and tests the all-time high, because the target on the green, I started out on the daily chart showing you for a reason, this green line here, the breakout from there, well, actually it's the breakout from, that's my bull. I call that my bull trap extension that's sitting on top. The breakout from here is probably what would be the real target. But anyways, it would be 9,000 or so from 6,500, which would be about 73,500, 74,000, which is would put the all-time high as a resistance line. So that's interesting. That's very interesting where that would be right now. Right, the target for that big macro breakout is the old all-time high, or the all-time high. That's the target. That's how big the target is. It's right there. That's the bullseye. And interesting. So another thing I was looking at is, and I'm showing you this for a reason because I'm starting to see how patterns on top of patterns might be affecting each other. So you hear people talking about triangles breaking out, and then it comes back up for retest, and then it breaks down. So say let's zoom in on this. What if this is, if the triangle breaks out now, like it may have just done, and it comes down here, why does it come down here and then come back and retest? Well, is this happen a lot? I'll start paying attention to this, and then the retest bounces off that red line, and then comes up here, and then right. I mean, I don't pay attention. My lines are obviously the red line, the wicks are, the red candle's already dumping, but is that the retest, and then it comes down, right? And so lots of times I see the triangle targets aren't that accurate. Targets aren't that accurate in general, but a $500 target out the triangle, but that also a break, that would be obviously a breakout of the red line, the channel, which is a $700 target, and then is there a retest here? And so, but check this out. This is how interesting it gets. A $700 target from there, from 66,700. Folks, what would that do? That would put us right at 66,000, a little over 66,000, like about 70, 50, if you want to get technical. It's like right here, which is basically this green line, right? And then watch the bounce there. That isn't that interesting how that's working, right? And I'm still putting this together. It just gets more interesting and more interesting and more interesting. And I've been saying for a while now that I feel like I'm just about there. I'm just about there. So what I need to learn personally is I'm still trying to figure out how to get into a position and when to get out of a position. And I you got to use stop losses right away. If, this I'm talking about day trading, right? I'm pretty sure that just to be extremely extremely good day trader, you just need to use a stop loss every time, even if you don't want to, and enter your trade and put your stop loss in the correct spot. And if you get stopped out, oh well. If your trade goes the other way, then just the stop loss is over with. So, oh well, right? Just take that little loss, because obviously I didn't want to make this video about this, but now that I'm talking about it, right? So in this situation now, I think it's probably going to be dumping, and I could be wrong, but I would enter my trade, like say right here at the bottom. It just dumped down out the triangle. It came up, looks like the retest, and it might be dumping from here. So I enter my trade there, and say I'd put my stop loss like right up here in this ballpark, or somewhere up here, in a good spot, like above this range here, maybe a little above this range. It's above this range. You see what I'm saying? It's a little above these candles here, because if it wicks back up here, I don't want to get stopped out. I don't want to get stopped out. So a resistance line is, you can see that would be a good spot for if it spiked up and try to take out your stop loss. You want to have it high enough to where you don't get stopped out. But anyways, that's the anatomy of how you should do it, and that's what I'm still not getting. I'm not real super efficient, and I'm just sharing this with you because it's probably good information for anyone watching that's not a super rich, successful day trader. And I do believe that day's coming for me where I am going to get very, very good at this, but I'm not pushing it too hard. And I make my mistakes I make now are getting in, and then I have a tendency to be a hard-headed moron and I don't want to use I don't want to take this small stop loss. I don't want to take this $10 loss, and it turns into a $20 loss. And I don't want to take $20. Well, now it's a $50. So I don't want to take a $50 loss. Well, now it's $180, and now you got to sit here and wait for the price to come back so you can get out, right? And that's that's not day trading. So stop losses. Don't be hard-headed moron. And let's see if I was right here. Look there it goes. See, I'm already in a short. I'm a little underwater. I misplayed one without a stop loss earlier, but I think this is dumping, so I'm waiting to get my money back, like I just got done explaining. Okay, so the example I gave right now was I would enter my trade, my short right there, and I put my stop loss up here, and let's just sit here for a few minutes. I don't want to make this video too long. This candle's got 2 minutes 15 seconds before it closes, so let's just sit here for a few minutes and watch one candle, see what happens. Now you can go back in this video and pause the video, and you can go to your chart and put all these patterns in where I have these. It doesn't have to be exactly on them perfect, but you can see, oh, this is Femex. This is Bitcoin USDT trading pair, Bitcoin USDT on Femex. So on other sites, and other trading pairs, like Bitcoin, USD. Femex just got rid of Bitcoin USD pair actually, but like Bitcoin USD on other sites these patterns won't be, like looking exactly like this. So that's an interesting fact in and of itself. I tried to go to a Bitcoin USD chart the other day and put these patterns in, and it just didn't really work. So that's that's interesting. This is Bitcoin USDT on Femex, but there it is, right? So I would be in profit right now, and so what I would do is I would move my stop loss here. Maybe I don't do it yet, but if this dumped quite a bit further, I would start moving my stop loss. Say right here, say I had such and such fees to open a trade, and if I put my stop loss right here right now, I would break even. Right, this would be a break even trade. There's literally nothing that could go wrong now if it comes back up. Right. No, I probably wouldn't do it that soon, but I would sit here and wait and see what happens. But okay, 25 seconds. And I guess I just want to show you this. It's a unique situation. And I was going to try to get this video out real fast before this broke, but I think the break is happening right now. And it's going to still take me like 45 minutes minimum to get this out and on live. And this triangle is not big enough to, even if it did come back up, it's still only got an hour before it's definitely going to break out. So it's not really much I can do. That's one problem making videos. Oh, this is the 5-minute chart too. So, all right. Well, that one just closed, and you can see what happens. Go mark this in somewhere, and you can see what happens. It's currently at 66,803, and that's just cool, man. That's just cool stuff. And I sure hope someone out there got something out of this. And maybe I get this video out soon enough to where it's still relevant to look. Well, I mean, it's already broke down. It's already, but this red ascending channel, maybe. No, there's not enough time. It's going to do something by the time I get this published. But anyways, all right, later. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I do believe I'll be able to provide you guys with good value. Yeah, I think I'm close. I think I'm really close, and I sure hope you enjoy and appreciate the work I put in here. And it's very fascinating, and I could just go down a rabbit hole right now, so I'll end the video.